Hello, everyone. This is Charlie Burley, and Happy New Year to everyone out there. Hope everyone is having a good start of a new year and playing more disciplined, thinking more about what they're doing, and really taking the game of roulette serious. If you've been following me, one of the last videos I talked about was why the game of roulette is a financial instrument. It's owned and regulated and ran by the banks. It's built from a banking principle. When you completely understand that, one of the questions that I'm going to answer for you today will be made very evident, and that is, why does it seem that the game of roulette chases you? You ever been playing and it seems like the moment you start and it's like, wow, I just lose 3 in a row, 4 in a row, and the game of roulette is chasing me, and it seems like every move you make is the wrong move, and you lose 2 or 3 in a row consistently. Why does it feel that way? Is the game really chasing you? The answer is no, and I'm sure a lot of you probably feel, and I know what you're feeling, that the game is chasing you. The game is not chasing you. Here is why the game is not chasing you. What you've got to realize, you've got to learn to respect the game. You've got to give it some respect, and here is what I mean by that. When you respect the fact that just because you sat down, the game has been permutating all type of codes and patterns for hours and days and months before you sat down. Okay, that wheel has been spinning. There are only a limited amount of outcomes that can happen. As you can see here on this board, there's 36 including the zeros. Well, when a game produces an outcome every 45 seconds, this is what we call permutations, meaning patterns begin to form. Okay, so here you come walking to the casino, your little happy-go-lucky, jolly self, and you're expecting to take over the world. And you sit down and you put your money on, you stack your money here or however you do it, you lose. And then you lose the first 3, and then you say, you know what, this game is rigged. Well, let me tell you something. The moment you sit down, you've got to understand that timing is everything, because the game has been producing permutations way before you sat down. It could very well be that you are playing at the wrong time. Here is why. Because the combinations that you play against the game at the time in which you play it may just very well be against the pattern or the current combination that is in play. The game is going to produce results whether you're there or not. So when you're not there, the results that could be winning for you, you're losing because you're simply not there. So timing has a huge factor in what's happening with the game and what's happening with your game. So whether it seems like it's chasing you, and then there's games where it seems like you're just winning completely, right? We all have that if you're fairly consistent. But I can tell you now, when it seems that way, it's only because of where you are in the timing of things. It's simply not the right time. If it's 3 o'clock, there's nothing you can do to make it 4. You simply have to do one thing. Wait until it's the right time. Why is that? Because every 45 seconds, we're getting a different result. And just because you sat down doesn't mean the game is going to flow into whatever you're doing. The game is flowing how it flows. You just have to be at the right moment at the right time. And here is how you can evade the wrong time. When it feels like you're losing consistently, just stop. Just stop. Wait. Let a few virtual losses happen, then start playing. It might help you save some money, won't necessarily help you make the right timing. A lot of times are the right time, depending on how you're playing, obviously. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but it's all timing. Now, your strategy has a whole lot to do with that to minimize the risk of bad timing. If you have a bad strategy, it doesn't matter your bad timing. You're going to lose anyway. Speak of which, I do have a mentorship program that is going well. If you're interested in that, I am offering it. Just shoot me an email, permutationspro at gmail.com. It's a 100% no lose situation. Every student that I have eventually will tell you it's me. And if they don't tell you, they still have yet to come to me and tell me how it can lose, because you can't. You can't. It's always going to come back down to you, especially if you stick with me long enough, because I'm going to take you through it a little bit. You're going to have to earn it. I'm going to make sure you earn it. As long as you stay with me, you're going to earn it. But it's like, it's really that good. I'm not just saying that because it's me that created it. It really is that good. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email. It does cost money. It does take money. If you're low on your funds, if you don't have money, I treat it like a business. Okay. So if you don't have any money, just save some money and then, come back, because you're going to need money to actually play it. All right. You're going to need money to fund your business. What I've done with this is just simply married the concept of time and money together and figured out the lowest denominating risk factors in how the game permutates, regardless of the time. And that's how we're able to win and win consistently. All right. And I have student proofs that are doing this every day now, and they're doing very well. So if you're interested in long-term success, we are experiencing it. And when you completely understand it, you'll see why the guarantee is what it is. It simply can't fail. But anyway, so back to even if you do not do mentorships, I'm not suggesting everyone has to even do something like that. I'm suggesting that it's absolutely the best, best mathematical way to make money, period. And I don't care what it is. You may make money in different things and may make a lot of money, but the key of relativity for me is time. So you may make $1 million a year, but how much time did it take you to do it? That's the key. So it's the issue to me is not so much of how much money you made. It's more about how much time you save with the money you gained. So this is more of the principle that I approach the game from. All right. So it's not about, the wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, come to the casino and just make $1 million every day. No, because you're going to lose completely with that ideology. OK, so going back to the theory of the video, though, again, if it feels like the game is chasing you, number one, think about your strategy. Your strategy needs to marry a lot of different things beyond just simply winning. You need to completely know the variables upon which and the frequency of the variables. If you can't calculate that, and if you don't really know the trajectory of that, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice. A lot of strategies that I have and I sell, they're really good short-term strategies, but most people want to use them as long-term strategies. You can't. They're not. But if you want to learn more long-term, more consistent play, that's the reason I'm doing the mentorship program. But even if you do not want to do that, or you have your own thing and it seems like you're in a position where the game is chasing you, again, like I said, you don't have to do mentorships or even buy the programs. You can have what you want. I am very successful in what I do. So I'm going to be fine whether you hate my videos or dislike it or not. You don't ever have to patronize me. Please understand that. But I'm telling you the doggone honest truth. If the game feels like it's chasing you, it's not. Okay? And I'm not an advocate for the casino. I'm not trying to propel gambling at all. All right? As a matter of fact, I actually hate gambling. I think it's dumb. I think the dumbest thing you can do is go to the casino without a wise idea of what you're doing and hope to make money. That's so silly to me. It's very dumb. Like, I'd rather go work and have a job before even using my money to do that. So just know that when I approach this, I'm not approaching it from a perspective of gambling. I think gambling is the dumbest thing ever. It's very stupid. And I may do a video about how stupid gambling is, but it's very dumb. But I certainly approach it from a place of, analytics. So think about that when you're playing. Don't take it hard on yourself when you've lost a few in a row, particularly if you have a good strategy. Just know that sometimes it's just not the right time. There's nothing you can do to make it 5 o'clock if it's 3 o'clock. You're 2 hours away. All right. You're going to have to be patient and wait for the right time. Okay. Anyway, guys, hopefully, again, you all are having a great, great year. And whether or not you're part of my team or not, you're growing with me. Thank you again for even watching the videos. don't listen to the haters and everyone who's telling you all the negative stuff. There's a lot of people who are doing a lot of great things that I get emails from, and they don't necessarily write on the comments. And I do have a few people say, "Oh, I see a lot of negative things." Well, you'll always get negativity. Let me tell you, I was looking at a video, and my life got saved by a person who had Down syndrome. Like, that person literally saved my life a few years ago. That's a whole nother story for another time. But I was looking at a video on YouTube. This person who had Down syndrome, they were playing a violin better than most people who are trained, right? And don't you know that video still had 12 dislikes? So you can't get around haters. You can't get around people with negativity. But I will say, as much as people say or whatever they do to, if even if whatever it is in your world, whatever you do, people hating on what you do, things that you do well, just know this: continue to do it well. Everyone's not going to like you. Okay, so get over that. All right, continue to do your best, be your best, and deliver on what you say. Everyone's not going to get it and understand you. Believe and know and understand that. But do your best to perfect where you are. And if you're doing the game of roulette, if you study my videos enough, I always say you don't really need the program. If you study it enough, I think I've said more than enough in all these videos for you to be able to decipher where I'm at. Seriously, some people get it. I actually had a couple people who've come to me and they've really broken me completely down, and they never bought anything from me. That has happened. And then I would always leave with, well, at least give me a tip. But anyway, guys, hopefully I'm talking too much. Hopefully, guys, you're having a good year. Study some of this stuff. Take advice from here. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to be a member or anything like that to support. Watch your channels. If it's making good sense, just send me a note. Let me know. I appreciate it regardless. Till the next time, guys, take care.